Well, before I start shooting here, I should probably tie up the shoes here. And in case anybody may have been wondering, yes, these are Nike Airs. I believe from sometime in the mid-1980s, maybe earlier, maybe later. Nobody really knows. So, I've been talking about doing these videos. To be honest, mostly just to entertain myself. And hopefully, if anybody decides to watch, hopefully they'll be entertained a little bit. So I would like to welcome everybody, finally, to the very highly anticipated first episode of Tales from the Coop. What? There's no music and cool video? Okay. Well, we'll get right into it. So, as you can see, we are filming from my very top-of-the-line, high-end studio. It's my barn. Like I said, I've been talking about doing this, and finally decided tonight was the night. It had to be done. It has nothing to do with the fact that currently I'm locked in here until I text my wife to tell her I'm done filming. It may have a little bit to do with that. So I guess mostly I'll just use this first video to kind of introduce the idea to the video. I am actually inside a chicken coop. It feels about 47 degrees in here. I'm sure it's not that hot, but it definitely feels like it. So I should probably get this done so I can get the hell out of here. So we started raising chickens it's been over a year. And to be honest, when we first decided to do it, I was a little skeptical at first. But we spent the money, we spent the time, and completely overhauled the barn. And right now we have about 17 egg-laying chickens. And next door I've got my second batch of meat birds. When we first got them, I didn't know if I wanted them that badly, and when we first got them, we decided we got them as day-old chicks, and we kept them in basically a hamster cage in my basement in a bedroom, my daughter's bedroom. And I'll admit, at first, they are adorable, they are cute, and quite quickly they begin to smell horrendous and be really loud and messy. And I was worried at first that when we got them, the kids wouldn't be able to deal with them being used as meat birds. But happily, and it's fairly easy for anybody to tell who my kids are. So, not long after getting the chickens, and as they started to grow and smell, my daughter came to me and asked when they were going to go, because she can't wait to eat them. And they're delicious, and The one nice thing is they do get a lot quieter after about 8 weeks. A lot quieter. A lot tastier. Anyway. As I was saying, at first I was a little skeptical, but I found after having them for a while that I actually kind of enjoyed watching them. They're kind of relaxing, and it's kind of like, you know, hanging around some of these old hens. Kind of reminds me of being at work. I'm not saying some of the people I work with are like old hens. We can just edit that. No. Full disclosure, there's nobody there. So, yeah, if anybody from work is watching this, you know who I am. So, I think that's probably it for right now. I'm hoping to maybe put one of these up every week, maybe. We'll see if I have something to say. I do, however, want to tell one funny story. I'll try to have one every episode. One of the very first chickens we got when we started doing this was my oldest son's favorite chicken. And they named her Henrietta. We had her for quite a while, and she started to get sick. We bought medication. We tried to save her, but as she got sicker, my son Logan was torn up about it. He was pretty upset, and then one day I came home from work, and my wife told me that she was pretty sure she had died. So I came outside, and sure enough, she had died. So when the kids got home from school, I told Logan, I said, you know, I'm really, really sorry, buddy, but Henrietta's dead. And I was worried he'd be upset, but he actually handled it really well. And he said, you know, I'm glad. He said, I'm glad she is, because she's not suffering anymore. She's not sick anymore. And I said, you know what, buddy? I said, that's a great way to look at it. I'm glad, you know, I'm glad you can look at it like that. So I said, come on, we'll take her out back, and we'll dig a hole, and we'll bury her for you. And you can put up a marker if you want. So we took her behind the barn, dug a hole, and we buried her in the hole. And as we were coming back with the shovel, my wife was coming out of the house with the other kids, and at the time she wasn't 100% sure that she was dead. So when she saw us coming back, she looked at us and she said, "So, was she gone? Was she dead?" And my son, without missing a beat, looks at her and says, "Well, Mom, I sure hope so, because we just buried her. He can only be my kid." Well, I think that's it for tonight. It's pretty late, and it's getting hotter in here, and it's dark outside, and I'm not scared of the dark or anything, but I'm hoping the flashlight on this phone works. So I guess that's it for tonight. So thank you if anybody does watch, and if not, like I said, it was mostly for myself. But if anyone does watch, thank you. I appreciate it, and let me know what you think. If you'd watch another one. Even if you won't, I'll probably put one up anyway. Because, you know, why not? Nothing else to do when I get locked in the barn. That's it. Good night.